What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. This video for the First Descendant is all about Ines Raya, the new Descendant, which is dropping at the end of this week, pretty much about 2 days from you watching this video. I want to discuss how I'm preparing for this Descendant by gathering up what I need to level her fast, but also to give her the right reactor, and some basic strats around what you can do once you are actually have her and you want to level up as fast as possible, which yes, that is special operations 100%. But that being said, first things first, let's talk about Ines. And we have the demo from the developers, which essentially showed off her kit. And because of this, we know that her 4 abilities are actually split between 2 different reactor types. So in the first place, okay, first of all, I mean, her abilities are Chain Lightning, Lightning Conductor, Discharge, and Snare Hunter. Those 4 abilities, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And basically these 4 abilities are split, Chain Lightning and Discharge being electric and singular. And then of course, Lightning Conductor and Snare Hunter being tech, electric tech. So that means she is like basically singular tech. That's the thing. Now, it's entirely likely that her Transcendent mods might change things up a little for us or something. It might also not. But my suspicion is tech is going to be the reactor of choice for her because it empowers her ulti, and her ulti is basically like a mass AoE that essentially just kills everything. And I suspect that she's also going to be a Descendant that might be better at mobbing than she might be at bossing. But hey, I'm welcome to the surprise, and I actually hope that she's good at both. So if you want to gather up yourself some tech reactors, what you're going to need to do this week is farm a very specific area, because not only is it going to give you tech reactors, but it's also going to give you singular reactors, just in case singular is the best reactor type for. On the other hand as well, you're also getting singular reactors if you're still looking for a sick reactor for Bunny. So it's just a win-win-win. But basically this week, if you go to this area of the map, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in electric and I'm going to put in tech. You'll see there's an area called Rockfall. Now, Rockfall is in Sterile Land, and it has this mission in it called Anticipated Ambush Point. Now, this mission is very, very easy to do with an AoE Descendant. You don't have to use Bunny, but Bunny is exceptionally good here because she can just cover the entire area so fast. But you can essentially just mass repeat this mission. And what it does is it either drops you Tingling Mechanics reactors or drops you Tingling Singularity, and both of those are the ones that you're looking for Ines. Again, like I said, my suspicion is tech might be the one we want to go for, but there's no mistake in finding some decent Singularity reactors for your Bunny as well. Now, in case you get tired of this mission and you want to run something else, I have one other suggestion for you as well if you want to focus on singular reactors. And that is if you go here and we go to electric and we go to singular, you're going to get an area called Remnant. Now, this area over here has 2 missions in it, Outpost Workshop, and it has Abandoned Reconstruction Site. Now, you can do either one of these 2. My recommendation is Abandoned Reconstruction Site. It does seem to drop more reactors. Both of them kind of like take the same amount of time to finish, depending on your capabilities, of course, but you're looking at about 2.5 to 2 minutes 15 to essentially finish these. And you can get, let's say, about 5 to 7 to 8 reactors per 2 minutes. So it's really not that bad. And by the way, all these numbers are not based on me wearing like farming gear, anything like that. It's pretty much, just bare, because I just wanted to give you the base numbers. If you wear a farming set, your numbers are going to be even better. Now, that being said, this area is also good because it not only drops Tingling Singularity, but it also drops Tingling Mixture, which is a reactor for Sharen. So this is a really, really good week for electric farming in general, because the point is you are always double dipping, whether you are getting both kinds of reactor types for Ines as well as covering your Bunny, or whether you're getting one type of reactor for Ines as well as a reactor type for Sharen, which you might also still want to kit out. Remember that electric Descendants are super, super important during this back part of season 2, because the new Void Intercept boss that we're getting, the Defiler, is going to be weak against electric. So you can bet your ass electric Descendants are going to be really, really good to get him on farm and to essentially get that done as fast as possible. So then once you actually have Ines in your hands at the end of the week and you have a super decent reactor for her, the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fully catalyze her and level her up a bunch of times. Now, for this approach, you're going to need some things. You're going to need an energy activator, and then you're going to need a bunch of catalysts. and then you're going to need a bunch of XP. So the point is, I approach my activators and catalysts in exactly the same, sort of like way. And it does make me a little bit of a monster, because grinding does not bother me at all in this game, and I have no problem with repeating the same activity over and over. I just switch Descendants if it starts annoying me too much or something, because I usually just put on some music, some TV, whatever, something like that, pour some beers, and I just get cracking. So for me, the main way in which I farm catalysts as well as energy activators is just good old-fashioned Magister Lab in Kingston. So Magister Lab, you just turn it on to 250% difficulty, and then with your selectors at the top, if you're farming the first one, number 1, then you have a 20% shot at a crystallization catalyst. If you're farming for energy activators, then you take number 2, which gives you a 6% chance at an energy activator. The good news here is you only need 1 for her. I mean, you probably need a whole bunch more for all your other shit, but I'm saying like you need 1 for Ines. Whichever one of these 2 you take, the score is super low and very easy to hit at 250%. And every time you do that, you get 2 of these amorphous patterns to drop. So you either get 2 of the 20% catalyst ones, or you get 2 of the 6% energy activator ones. You can do this in just under 3 minutes. My average time is about 2 minutes 36, 2 minutes 40 with Bunny. Of course, you can use other Descendants to do this as well. Bunny is just, in my opinion, by far the fastest. I would say maybe just closely behind her would be something like Freyna, and depending, of course, how kitted your Freyna is, you might even be faster. That being said, whether you do either one of those 2, once you have a bunch of these in your hands, then you simply do Executioner. So Executioner gets those to drop to him. This is the one that has the catalyst in it over here, and this is the one that has the energy activators in. For every one of those Magister Labs that you do, you get 2 of these patterns, so you get 2 shots at whatever you're trying to do. So basically every 3 minutes and 10 seconds, 3 minutes and 15 seconds, you can get 2 attempts at a crystallization catalyst or 2 attempts at an energy activator, because of course Executioner is very easily killed with Freyna. You can kill Executioner with Valby, you can blow Executioner away with Lepic. I think there's very few Descendants, except Jaber, definitely Jaber, that can kill Executioner super fast, and you should be able to grind this out very, very easily. And again, like I said, bear in mind, if we're only talking about Ines, you only need the 1 energy activator. And then when the catalyst, you need something like, I would say 8 is probably safe if you want to recatalyze, or, something like that. So then that covers all of your energy activators, or your 1 energy activator, as well as your catalyst. Then to level up the fastest, by far, in my opinion, the fastest way to level up is Fortress. Fortress is ridiculously good on hard. Of course, this helps a lot if you have decent teammates. If there's any Freynas hanging around, then you're in for a good time, especially if they know what they're doing, and you'll be able to farm this out super fast. Bear in mind, though, that Fortress is better for weapon XP. It's better for weapon proficiency, whereas Block Kuiper Mining over here is better for character XP. But I do tend to find that you get far more XP leeches in Block Kuiper Mining, and you get far more people that just die like fucking hogs to the enemies in Block Kuiper Mining, because they are a little bit more difficult than the enemies in Fortress, at least in my opinion. So your mileage may vary. If you're specifically focusing and you want to min-max your XP as much as possible, Block Kuiper Mining is going to be better for you, because it has a higher percentage of character XP versus weapon, whereas Fortress has a higher percentage of weapon versus character. That being said, there's always more weapons to level or something like that, so I tend to find Fortress to be really good. And looking specifically at Ines's skill set and basically how her stuff works, Fortress also seems like it might be better, because you have this central area that the enemies essentially come to, and you can kind of like just blow them up with your ulti and so on. So that's it. That's how I'm going to be keeping myself busy for the next 2 days until the patch drops. Usually I drop my reactor hunt video on Tuesdays, but I wanted to get this one out just to get us a little bit of additional time to get ready for Ines, and I will drop the reactor hunt video tomorrow, so 1 day later. But nonetheless, even after the patch drops, you'll still be able to farm all these things. Remember that these are the farms for the week, so don't be dismayed if you don't get a decent reactor from the farms that I suggested in the next 2 days, that you still have the entire weekend and all that stuff, and then you can actually do it with Ines, which might be fun just to learn her toolkit and everything as well. But that's it. Let me know in the comments what you are looking forward to most in the patch, and as always, fucking cheers.